Hey, how's it going? It's March 14th, 2022. This is your Daily Sweet Talk. So, I don't know if you've heard, but there's been a pandemic happening in the world for the past 2 years or so. Whenever I leave the house, I try to stay 6 feet away from people, social distance, as you're supposed to do, which is something that throughout the whole pandemic, um, and still now, especially now, but not really especially because I have never throughout the whole pandemic seen anyone try to stay 6 feet away from people. Almost to the extent that like it seems people don't know how far 6 feet is. I feel like I know. I'm literally 6 feet tall. So if I just laid down on the ground, it would be my height away from someone. But it's more like when I see like signs, it says say this much apart. It's like maybe like this much apart. That is not 6 feet. But people don't even really do that. People will walk back and forth the aisles past each other. No one like stops and waits for people to go past. People don't do it. And when you try to do that, they either look at you like you're crazy or just think you're trying to be polite and not um, just like, oh, after you in general. And no one can ever even possibly comprehend that it has anything to do with the pandemic, as if social distancing was never a thing. And it especially isn't now. I guess I can't expect people to try to social distance now, but I still try to do it. Um, and when I do that, people just think I'm crazy, or even worse, that it's a discriminatory thing because I live in a majority non-white area. It's mostly people of color, um, and I try to stay 6 feet away from everybody, but that ends up being mostly people of color because that's just where I live. And I can tell a lot of the time people think I'm. It's like that thing where a white person will be walking down the street and a person of color, a black person, whatever, will be walking on the same side of the street and they'll cross the street. That whole stupid thing. Um, which I will do now. I don't go to the other side of the street, but I will like walk in the street to avoid walking past someone so that I'm not 6 feet. I'm not within 6 feet distance from them. But in the past, if someone did that, it would probably be because of weird racial hangups, as opposed to literally trying to not catch a virus. And somehow people just no one understands that I'm trying to stay 6 feet away because literally no one. I've never seen anyone else try to social distance the whole time, and I wasn't really going out much until I got vaccinated because I didn't want to wear a mask. Not because I don't think you should. I think it's good to wear a mask. I just didn't really feel comfortable doing it, so I didn't really go out at all until I got vaccinated. And I still don't wear a mask now that I am vaccinated because I've been vaccinated. But I try to take the precautions where I can. So I try to stay distant from people. But whenever I explain like, oh, I'm trying to, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm trying to stay 6 feet, and they're like, wear a mask, fucking idiot. Like if you don't do the mask thing, you're not allowed to try to stay safe at all. And I get it. Wearing a mask is good. But social distancing is also good. Everything matters. Every step counts. And it's not like, these people aren't wearing masks either. They're not social distancing, the people I'm seeing in public. So it's incredibly frustrating.